Hey guys, Ferrell here. Today we're going to talk about the Leica Q, the Type 116, the original. Here she is. So I've had this camera for less than a week, and yesterday I took it on a professional grad shoot. Now I just want to do a quick first impressions on how I feel with this camera and how it compares to other things that I've used in the past. Alright, let's not mess around, let's get straight into this. This directly replaces my everyday carry, my Sony RX1R. It's a fixed full frame 24 megapixel camera with a Summilux 28mm f1.7 lens fixed to it. Firstly, that lens has got a ridiculous amount of 3D pop. This lens is absolutely phenomenally sharp, even at f1.7. And I know people are going to be hating on this video immediately because it's a Leica, and Leicas are expensive. But if we're going to talk about a value proposition, just look at the closest 28mm Summilux price.
Damn, son.
Okay, so I got this camera, a black Leica strap, the official Leica grip, and the Match Technical thumb rest for a very good price. Honestly, I'm very happy with it. Now, I'm not going to discuss that price on here, but let's just say it's affordable for the fact that it is a Leica. So I've been hankering for the Q range for a while. I recently watched Matt Osborne, aka Mr. Leica's Q123 comparison, and the low light performance of the original Q and the colour profile just fall more in sync with what I'm actually trying to get from a camera. Now, am I concerned that it's not weather sealed? Yeah, absolutely. Did I baby it when it started to rain during the shoot yesterday? Of course I did, but I still put it to work, and out of my roughly 330 deliverable images from the shoot, 70 of those were from the Leica Q, which is quite a nice surprise because it is a very, very wide angle lens for what I am used to. Everything else came from my trusty X-T4, and I have no issues with the quality there. But again, first impressions of this. It's an absolute tank. This thing is rock solid in terms of build quality. The autofocus was snappy and it didn't miss a beat. The fact that I could go straight into manual focus without even thinking about it in the super low light areas on stage, that was just phenomenal. The viewfinder, it's still up there. Like, I know it's an old camera now, technically, but this viewfinder absolutely freaking slays still. Okay, so the lens is amazing, the viewfinder's great, the build quality is tankish, it didn't feel too heavy around my neck. Now again, I did actually have the grip on it, and this was only so I didn't have to think about my hand position when I was swapping between my Fuji with the small rig grip and my Leica Q. Now, for all the other times I've used this, I've not actually had the grip on it. But it's a nice thing to have. Again, when I'm in that kind of environment, that's how I'll rock it. Okay, battery life, because that's what all these reviews come down to. Honestly, if you're having battery problems with this kind of camera, you're shooting too much and you're not shooting correctly. I use less than half of a single battery for the entire shoot, and for reference, on the X-T4, I still didn't even use half of a full battery on that, and that was using flash. So I don't know what you guys are doing out there, but do it differently. Controls. Honestly, this is super tactile. This is exactly what I'm after. I could change shutter speed and aperture on the fly without having to worry about it. And having tested a couple of images a few days before, I knew that the high ISO performance was very good. So I just put it on ISO auto and shot away with no concerns. And you know what? It absolutely freaking delivered. My clients love the work. I loved working with it, and I can't wait to see what else I can produce with this camera. Other impressions. It's a sexy beast. I know it's a stupid thing, but when it comes to looks, this is the best looking camera I have ever owned. And to be honest, when I originally tried one of these in Poland, I was blown away with how it felt in the hand. And I couldn't unthink that. That was wired into my brain from that point on. So I knew I had to have one at one point. I was just never sure which model to go for. I even considered the Q2 monochrome because I do love my black and white work. But in the end, I'm really happy I went for the original Q, and I got it at an absolute steal of a price, so I couldn't say no. And I'm so happy that I went for it. So yeah, this is my first impressions of the Leica Q. This feels like a camera designed to get out of your way and just help you make the images that you want to make. And I love that. Honestly, the fact that it's got so few buttons on it helps me. It just keeps me focused because I put in what I need. The autofocus kicks ass. Not in continuous, but I tend to use single anyway. And it's snappy, man. This is a snappy camera. Say what you want about Leica and the prices, but this thing is damn worth it when it came out then, and it's kicking ass now. And for all the people wanting an ASMR shutter test, shall we do a little bit of continuous shooting too? If you've used the Leica Q, or if you have any opinions on it, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.